So happening a few hours before the D-Day, Mashujaa Day, that happens every 20th of October every year. Annually. Yeah, so thank you so much for setting time for us. This is Youth Times Africa. Of course, it means Nzomo Mwikali. And today, joining me on set is Emmanuel Karaoke, just taking us through the conversation I think we're just having. What is Mashujaa Day? Because, the general public thinks it's just a day of their duties, their work, their everything. But what is really Mashujaa Day?
So Mashujaa Day before it was Kenyatta Day, right? It was Kenyatta Day meant to celebrate our former president Jomo Kenyatta.
Oh, yeah.
But the new constitution brought about this new idea and concept where Mashujaa Day will celebrate our heroes who fought for us and fought for our independence. So that's the whole idea of Mashujaa Day, celebrating unique men and women who have fought for independence. And in adverse years, we found that people who have done exceptional things in the country, right? And help people, like for example, the last year we celebrated the elite Kipchoge, right?
Yeah,
For-
sure.
Yeah.
For the record.
The record, yeah.
Yeah, the Ineos, that name. Yeah. So this time, just hours away, it is happening in Kisii County at the Gusii Stadium. And that county is so culture rich,
County.
it's a beautiful one. You've seen the demonstrations, the footages that are going around, the information, the preparations also, and anticipations of the rest of the Kenyans. Wanasema, kuna mandizi, kuna hizo cultures, the traditional equipment on a beba, carrying and all that. So I want us to take, to maybe look at the expectations that are there, especially now. Seeing the whole country, focusing and narrowing down to that one county. What do you think, everyone is expecting to see, like on that time, on that day? What do you think, everyone is waiting to see?
I think what you're waiting to see as Kenyans is just to feel the beauty and the culture of Kisii, Kisii County, right?
Kisii.
And the feel and just understand more about the Kisii County. So it enables us as Kenyans to know something that's so before that, before each public event should be done in Nairobi, right?
Yeah, in
And now
Nairobi.
with the Mashujaa Day, we get to understand more counties, understand how other counties function, and just know them really, and just
know them and also ready them, and I think it also impacts their development as well, because all this money is channeled into the counties, and a lot is expected from them, so definitely there has to be support from the national governments. So I was just looking at the interior PS, Karanja Kibicho. Okay, I highlighted that tomorrow the hosting of crowds, the usual display of police, tunaonanga the youth, scouts, everything, like we might miss a bit of that, and then also kuna the screens that will be displayed, nje at the stadium, and also in the town, the Kisii town and all that. Do you think Kenyans are really satisfied with that? Tumezoea kuona everything kwa screen, and this time the COVID-19, the Ministry of Health, Kenya, the policy guidelines of the COVID-19, they've been relaxed a bit. Do you think Kenyans will miss that? Because tukiangalia again, the capacity at this stadium need 25,000, but it's only 3,000 invited guests. Do you think Kenyans are gonna miss an eye contact, a one-on-one, speech, being that it's the first public holiday after COVID-19?
I think sure we'll miss the feeling, the feeling of just seeing the capacity of it, of celebrating, of just shouting, the crowd and everything. But the thing is that, as you've said, it's we living in a COVID era, and as Mutai has famously said, we cannot act abnormally.
Sure.
So at the moment now, we just have to go as it is, right, with the 3,000, and just at the comfort of our homes and at the comfort of the screens that have been provided, just see and just follow through, because as if we don't have an option at the moment. We just have to follow the guidelines given by the Kenyan. But we applaud the effort that it's being held despite of the COVID-19. Yes.
So let's speak and maybe raise the hopes of the universities in Kisii County. As we're targeting the youth, because you can see there were promises way back in 2017. That this and this was to be to be done. I was looking at some perimeter walls, universities that was to be, upgraded and all that. Tuangalie the real shujaa sasa, the youth. Who are exactly, kwanza after the setback ya COVID-19. Mashujaa sahini ni kina nani? Apart from madaktari, mashujaa sahini kina nani?
I think in my own view, right?
In your own view, definitely. Yeah. Sure.
So in my own view, I would say that Mashujaa, the youth, the youth are the real Mashujaas. Because sometimes we had, as you said, setbacks of job layoffs and everything. But we had to come together and look like the fact that we're generalists, like I call youth generalists, right? Where we are not limited to one thing, and that if one thing does not go, we look for other alternatives to make a living. Because at the end of the day, we still have to make a living, right? And we still have to have food at the end of the day at our table, right? And I just love that the youth came and just looked for alternative. We've seen an increase in online workers. We've seen an increase in sites such as app where youth are embracing writing, they're embracing online things. And not just online things. During the setback of the COVID-19, we saw many youth come with cars along, let's say, Kiambu Road, and just started selling fruits and all sorts of things. Yes, and most of them were working at well-paying jobs, but they did not give up. The fact that they did not give up, they are the real Shujaa, and you should applaud them for that.
Yes. And actually, for what is worth, I'm thinking of just doing this. Our artists and the comedians and we've seen the young people, now this being a youth program, we've seen people who onboarded. It didn't take them, a sweat or energy. They just moved, they just grooved along, onboarding their work, their art, so to speak, their songs and everything. If it's comedy, you could see someone maybe from the mainstream industry now onboarding them to their personal social media platforms and now giving a shout out and now trying to market it. In that there wasn't that gap. Of course, we can't assume, you can just let go of the difference. We know it hit them, badly. But manze, our Tony Shujaa, just keep it. I don't know what happened. There was that energy, kuchukua, and just being strong enough. Because of course, many people were hit. We've seen the depression and all that. But there were them who just spiked. That was their 97th episode, and we've seen that in many social media platforms. So I'm thinking the young people are real Shujaas. So to say, they are real Shujaas. So,
and I really just want to applaud the art of not giving. They're just not giving up. They're just being there. And also that, last week, the president was in academic retreat in Manyani, right? And the majority, to see the various innovations brought in the country, and the majority of people in that innovation hub were young people. Young people come up with ideas of moving the country forward. Yes, and I loved it.
Because I know why. The power of youth don't stop.
We don't.
Somehow we don't. I don't know. Somehow we don't. And I liked the way also the hustles also were promoted. Mtu angesema this is what I do. So hata kama ni kwa social media platform ingine, hata kama it's a live video pale IG, you remember lives were the thing. Lives everyone. Hata kama utakuwa na watchers, I don't know, 10 people to watch, live was the thing. So and then the artist could say, have a friend who gets this. I was styled by this person. My shoe is, by this, and my hair or something. That was a great move. I think that was a real Shujaa. Tukuje kwa maybe the anticipated hashtags, ahead of this function. Like tomorrow, the trending. Because Mashujaa is trending already ahead of tomorrow. Because I know there is a slot that is not also happy about it. A lot has not happened, we know, but kuna definitely it has to trend no matter what. So what do you have? A guess of the same?
Yes. Of course, the Mashujaa Day, right?
The Mashujaa Day hashtag.
the real Shujaa. I feel as if the real Shujaa.
The real Shujaa.
I feel as if stories will come up tomorrow.
Yeah,
just
the real
more
Shujaa.
intricate stories, and the real Shujaa will come. Yes.
I'm thinking about 2020, how the year has been.
Yes.
So there has to be Mashujaa Day 2020 because it's been a year. It's been a year. It's been such a year. Goodness, Nabado. But we all hopeful, and of course, sticking by the guidelines of MOH, Ministry of Health, in Kenya, and the COVID-19 policies. So let's now go to Kisii County, the place this function is supposed to take place. Tumeona hotels, imagine, hotels are fully booked for the event.
Yes.
And we see functions, we see a lot expected, because of course kulikuwa na a lot promised by the politicians or something, but let's look at the developments, the roads and the schools, and what else did I see? A lot was is happening, and a lot was also supposed to happen by 2020. But now what we see right now, it's hotels fully booked in Kisii County, because people want to prepare to attend this day. Do you think that directly impacts the young people? I was thinking of a different perspective.
I would say directly, per se. I would say indirectly.
Indirectly,
because if we raise the revenue,
the cash flow,
the cash flow of the county, and we just have to hope for good governance that the revenue be generated, especially in this coming week, will be directed towards the youth and support the youth in terms of like the businesses. Yes, and just. I was just to urge the leaders of the Kisii County, right? Direct these resources to the right sources.
To the right. Sure.
Yes, Focus on the youth. We have like the youth of Kenya, the youth of Kisii County is a hub of ideas. And we need to start investing on this specific youth. Yes.
So when you talk of a Shujaa, like let me pick it from your definition. It's someone who did something that is worth remembering. It doesn't have to be really a legacy, but there is how you specifically or specially or you just touched their lives in a special way. So we come to now, who are our Shujaas? You see, we have our parents, moms, dads who are our heroes and all that. But there is not that. And there is this team, that was at the forefront during COVID-19. We've seen, organizations, and thanks to them, actually, many people got to, I think, not just survive the COVID, got to overcome, and got to live again, through it. So we can mention the organizations as well. It's a shout out to them, Mashujaa Day. You are a Shujaa. I know they can start. I feel like jumping right in.
And I would specifically like to appreciate Ajiri,
yes.
It was just amazing. And the fact we're talking about youth the whole session.
The whole.
And Ajiri, run by youth, right?
Run by youth.
It came up with this new thing called zero contact for distribution.
Zero contact
and
for distribution.
And so many lives in so many counties.
And
they are the real Shujaas. Yes.
It was adapted actually by many organizations, and it got to many people. And I can remember that is the time many recruiting agencies were not doing it really, and many companies were into the falling into the deep, so they were not really employing. But Ajiri had to come and bridge that gap, for the youth, and Ajiri is just a Shujaa. It's a Shujaa. Sure.
And, and also just say shout out. Call it to Centum and subsidiaries and its partners. Able to the donations, really,
the food donations
that came about, was able to just enable just a child to live through it and just smile at the end of the day, right? And just it touched so many lives, and they are among the Shujaas.
It was all beautiful how they could, go to the vulnerable families and make sure they are fed for a month, even 2, and so on. That was Centum. That is a Shujaa. That is a Shujaa. And of course with churches out here, churches who took it, as their own burden, We have churches, we have other organizations. Hey, you are a Shujaa. Actually, I don't want to call them COVID-19 Shujaas, but 2020, on this Mashujaa Day, you are a Shujaa. Yeah.
And I'd like to shout out because the whole concept of Mashujaa Day, was to celebrate the people who fought for us during the independence.
Yeah, independence.
And in 2020, we're fighting a new war called COVID-19. And we had people who literally fought for us, the medics. The medics in the front line, risking their lives.
Yes. Actually, why didn't we come down to position one? Yeah, they are. They are
at the forefront. They're the real Shujaas, the doctors, the nurses.
Yeah.
They're just the ambulances.
The ambulances, and the way the whole system was 24/7. Many could not catch, naps and all that, sleep enough. They are Shujaas, medics out here. Everyone, we are celebrating them on this Mashujaa Day. You are our heroes and heroines. Yeah, we have to differentiate that. Yes, so picking on that, it means you have to impact someone's life.
Yes.
So with this, if it goes as a challenge, it doesn't have to be a hashtag.
Yes.
Just make sure you touch someone's life. Make sure your life, it aligns with someone's dream.
Yes.
And you can also get one person and work with one person who will one day say, surely this guy, this lady or something was a Shujaa. So shout out to our parents. They've been already Shujaas, but make sure you are a Shujaa to someone.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I like that sentiment.
Yeah.
I would like to urge everyone watching us, be a Shujaa to someone. Touch one person's life.
Yeah, so that will be all from our set. Yes, so thank you, Emmanuel, for making this possible, this conversation, the Mashujaa conversation. And we thank Space Office Gallery at Two Rivers for giving us the space as well. And we thank you for joining us from our studios to here. This has been Youth Times Africa. Yes, so if there can be a challenge, picking from being a Shujaa is you making sure you are a Shujaa to someone. So be it through your life, be it through how you align yourself. Maybe that could be someone's dream. Yeah. So just make sure you are someone's Shujaa, or just pick someone and work with them. Yeah, it could mean a lot to them. Yeah. How about you?
Yes. I'd like to just echo your sentiment. Be a Shujaa to someone, touch someone's life. It doesn't have to be billions of people. Just one person.
Just one person. Yeah. Away from our parents right out there, we just celebrate them day in, day out. Just be someone's Shujaa. So that could be all. Thank you so much, Emmanuel, and making this possible. Yeah. For more of this, catch us on our social media platforms. We are on Twitter at Youth Times Africa. We are on YouTube at Youth Times Africa. So for this and much more, and Sophie's Gallery, special thanks to you for the space. Yes, I said for the space. So this has been Youth Times Africa. Until next time, the power of youth don't stop. Bye.